What's up, guys and gals? Jared here with another knockout of a movie review. So last night I went out to the theater and saw the new boxing film, Creed 2. Against the wishes of trainer Rocky Balboa, Apollo's son Adonis Johnson accepts a challenge from Drago's son, another dangerous fighter. Under the guidance of Rocky, Adonis trains for the showdown of his life. Now Johnson and Balboa must confront their shared legacy as the past comes back to haunt them. So is Creed 2 a slam dunk? A touchdown? A knockout? Sorry, I'm bad with sports. Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Creed 2 in the comments down below. Was this the interesting story you wanted in this sequel, or was this kind of more of the same old, same old? Now let's get into some of the good things this film did. The story in Creed 2 is really intriguing. Obviously, it picks up after the success of Creed 1, with the introduction of the Russian guy, Ivan Drago, and his son. The introduction of this character and his son going up against Creed and Rocky, it might have felt cliched, cheesy at moments, but really diving into the Dragos, kind of figuring out what had happened to Ivan after the Rocky 4, I think it was, what happened to him, his falling out, kind of what him and his son have been up to this last 3 decades, and really what they're going after. And their side of the story really made for this interesting dynamic throughout this film because they've pretty much lost everything. They have nothing to lose, so they're very dangerous. And also the idea that Ivan is kind of using his son as a vehicle to kind of get his revenge, try to get back in the good graces, or try to get his life back, and really it was really odd to find more sympathy or more. I wanted more from these antagonists in this film. Moving to the more technical side of this movie, the fight scenes and the way that they were really filmed made it for a really tense feeling, but also very enjoyable to watch. Having the camera kind of swing around 2 characters when they're just throwing haymakers at one another, or kind of getting close up in a character's face when they're stuck in a corner just getting pummeled by one of the dudes. It really got up close and personal in these fight scenes, and they were kind of framed or choreographed in a certain way that you didn't really know exactly how these fights would turn out. As an audience member, you are tense, sweaty, gripping, holding on tightly. Yeah, that didn't sound right. And the sound design in Creed 2 was very much satisfying. The way punches just vibrated off of a punching bag, or when a character got a haymaker right to the face. Like a giant tuna fish smacking against a bare ass, you really felt like you were there in person, feeling these punches for yourself. Another thing was just the sheer size of Viktor Drago and Micheal B. Jordan. Like, they are ripped, they are huge in this movie, and it's just insane. Like, watching this movie, it 100% made me motivated to go work out. One. I thoroughly enjoyed Creed 2, but I will say that there were some scenes that kind of dragged a little bit, kind of throwing off the pacing in between these fight scenes. It wasn't anything major, but when it got kind of more intimate, emotional, sort of these family scenes, it did slow down the movie because obviously it's surrounded by all of these training and fighting montages. It did feel a little bit dull at times, but when it did focus on the Dragos, I was fully invested. Overall, Creed 2 is this solid sequel in this boxing franchise and really explores some interesting perspectives. With a solid story, exploring an interesting dynamic, some well-shot fight scenes, and some satisfying sound design. But with maybe some scenes dragging a bit, I would highly recommend checking out Creed 2. This is just a badass boxing revenge flick, 30 years in the making. In closing, I'm gonna give Creed 2 4 out of 5 punches to the face. So what did you think of Creed 2? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Follow all of my social media stuff over there. There's more videos down there, movie reviews, trailer reactions. Subscribe over there if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you later.